The U.S. dollar is a little change to start the trading day, although stocks are higher, and looking at U.S. Bond yields, there little change as well, with small declines across the board. We did have some earnings after the close. Netflix impressed, and their shares are up sharply. We also saw earnings from the likes of United Airlines, Interactive Brokers, and Seagate, and all those shares are higher in pre-market trading. Travelers and Procter & Gamble announced better than expected shares, and that has all the stock market moving higher. But this is videos to focus on the three major currency pairs: the euro versus U.S. dollar, dollar versus yen, sterling versus U.S. dollar from a technical perspective. So let's get started. I'm going to start by the euro versus U.S. dollar on the hourly chart, and trading over the last few days with the election and all the volatility along with it. We saw the price moved higher and then lower and higher and lower. The low that we saw in trading yesterday came down to this swing area right through here, which I outlined as a key support level. And that level did indeed hold support. So that was good news. And we saw the price start to build to the upside, moving up toward the high price that we saw in the previous, or earlier in the day and the previous day as well, and going back to these levels as well. So there's a nice level up here near the 104.36 level that kind of did its job holding resistance. And we saw an early decline in the Asian session that took the price back below the 50% retracement. That's of this move down from the December high over here to the January low that we saw right here. Also, the near that 50% retracement is another 50% retracement. You have to go to the daily chart to see where that's at, and that is of the move up from the 2022 low right here to the 2023 high. 50% retracement comes in at 1.040553. So 1.040553 and 1.04028 were key levels, and we did try to dip back below that level, but that was short-lived, and we started to rotate back to the upside. Now, in the video yesterday, I also talked about this as being a key target up here. Why? Because of all these different swing highs forming this, and lows, a low right here, a floor, and then it became a ceiling right through here. And also in that area is a 61.8% retracement of this move to the downside. That comes in at 1.0456. So this area right here did its job of holding resistance, and since rotated back to the downside. So there's some respect, especially we saw good respect down here against this floor and ceiling area. We saw good respect right here against this floor and ceiling area. In between sits the 50% retracements from not only the hourly chart but the daily chart. So that's going to be our barometer on the downside right now. If we stay above it, all the glory goes to the bulls. If we move below it, then we can look for a rotation back down toward this one rising 100-hour moving average in this swing area down here. But this area up here and this area down here is a wide range now for the euro versus U.S. dollar, treated as such. Let's take a look at the dollar versus yen next, and we'll focus on the hourly chart. And what we saw in this currency pair as well over the last few election days has been rotation up and down, up and down. What we did see in trading yesterday and today was a little respect right here near the 200 bar moving average on the 4-hour chart. The price came down to it, bounced in the Asian session, and we remained above it again on a little dip right through here. We did move above and below the 100-hour moving average, and we've been doing it through here, although there's been some reluctance against the 100-hour moving average. Today we explored a little bit more, and we headed into this swing area through here, which was a nice little floor right here. You can see how floor, and even a floor right here before we broke below that level. It's gotten messy through here, but we did respect the high of that floor in trading yesterday, and we are trying to respect the high right now. At least the market is giving some resistance in this area between 155.94 and 156.219. If we move above that level, then we start to look toward the other two moving averages, including the 200-hour moving average and the 100-bar moving average on the 4-hour chart. Recall as well that I've looked at this range right here. Oops, didn't mean that. I've looked at this range right here. This is what I meant, where we had a red box that defined the highs and lows. We've traded above, inside and outside of that red box through the last 5 or so trading days, and moving into this yellow swing area on the bottom is actually moving within the red box, but we give it up to the high of the swing area at 156.219. If we start trading more above that level, I know it failed right here, I know it failed right here, but it still is more bullish, so be aware of that shift in the bias into that red box. Finally, let's take a look at the sterling versus US dollar. And we've seen some reluctance against this 100 bar moving average on the 4-hour chart. Yes, we moved above it late in the session. I think that's a move. No, maybe it isn't. But in trading here in the Asian session, we held resistance against it and held it against it here. We've since moved above it in the European session, and that is now going to be really close support along with the 50% retracement of this move to the downside. This is just of the January move. If we can stay above these levels right here, then the bias favors the buyers. We do need to get and stay above the 38.2 of this longer range right here. And if we start to do that, then I'm going to get rid of this retracement level right here and start to focus more on the longer moving or retracement levels, including the 50% retracement. Retracement has other targets on the top side to get to and through. So watch 1.23689 on the top side, and in the close, watch the 1.2337 level on the downside. That's going to be the the small barometers in trading here today for you traders out there. If we trade below the 50% retracement, back below the 100 bar moving average, it's more bearish. If we trade above the 38.2% retracement and keep that momentum going, that's more bullish on the top side. So there you have it, a look at 3 of the major currency pairs. My name is Greg McCloskey. Good fortune with your trading. Bye-bye now.